The 6th official Bevy Game Jam has finished, voting has completed, and it's time to take a look at the top 10 games from the Bevy Jam 6. The Jam had 403 participants, 98 submissions, and 2,203 votes, making this the biggest Bevy Jam ever. Here are the community's interpretations of the theme, Chain Reaction. At number 10, we had Galactic Burnout. Galactic Burnout is a 2D space runner where your ship quickly passes through explosive fields of gas, causing explosions as you try to speed away. Navigating closer to asteroids builds up aura points, which can then be traded in for bullet time. Stay alive and avoid asteroids to get a high score. Coming in at number 9, we have Psychocybin. In Psychocybin, you get a deck of cards that represent mushrooms you can place on the field. Each mushroom has a different effect and can trigger additional mushrooms in a chain. Every round, you choose your mushrooms from your deck and place them on the grid. After placement, choose a mushroom to trigger the initial reaction and try to cause the biggest chain reaction you can, creating the most spores. Coming in at number 8 is Bolf. Bolf is a mini golf game with a bow and arrow aesthetic. Shoot the bow at the orbs and try to take care of all of the targets in, well, under par. At number 7, we've got Shift O. Puzzle games are a staple of game jams, and Shift O makes the list as a puzzle game built on patterns. Each level asks you to make shifters, as they're called, change using rules based on patterns and colors. These patterns can require different colors to be next to each other or require them to not be next to each other. And you can end up in some fun loops. At number 6, we've got Gleipnir. In Gleipnir, you receive a deck of cards and must play one in every available slot. After each round of play, the sentient chains transfer their emotion to their neighbors in order, with anger overriding everything, followed by fear, sadness, and the goal, happiness. The goal of the game is to transition every chain link into a happy chain link, at which point the chain link grows by 1 and you get to try again on the next level. As far as I can tell, there is no end to this game. You could just have the chain links growing forever. So feel free to play this one as long as you want. Bringing us into the top 5 in the 5th slot, that's Flux Pursuit. Flux Pursuit is a roguelike deck builder where you combine modules to forge powerful chain reactions. Start off your ship versus ship battle by choosing your first card from your deck. Selected cards activate opportunistically in a top left to bottom right ordering, allowing the selection to loop around. Each selected card that is successfully activated on a given turn contributes 1 flux, which is then used as a multiplier for the card effects. Missiles, for example, do 1 times flux count damage, while healing does 2 times flux count. Each round you get to select from a series of upgrades, allowing more selections, longer lifespans for your selected cards, and different kinds of attacks. Chase down the enemy ship for the final showdown. At number 4, we've got ABIOGENESIS. ABIOGENESIS is a particle life sandbox where you can explore the rich emergent behavior from simple rules and build your own organisms to compete for mass. Particles in this sandbox have their own laws governing their behavior, which can be easily modified using the menu on the left-hand side. Set up the rules, relax, and watch your creations take hold. Which brings us to the top 3, starting off with ChainBoom. A little bit of heads up that the next game does have cartoon-style zombie parts flying around. ChainBoom is a first-person wave-based 3D zombie shooter with chained explosions. Shoot zombies, and each round you can select an upgrade. Shoot while airborne to get pushed back by the blast, and exploding zombies damage other zombies in a chain reaction. Coming in at number 2 is Toppled. Toppled is a physics puzzle game where you chain together dominoes, marbles, and strings to get all objectives into their goal positions. Each level gives you a set of resources you can use to spend on new balls and dominoes. And while editing the level and placing dominoes, the level takes on a 2D side view that makes it easier to place objects. And one of my favorite parts of Toppled is the subtle camera tilt when previewing the simulation that takes the 2D level layout and shows the 3D perspective as the simulation runs. And finally, coming in at number 1, a Fistful of Boomerangs. In a Fistful of Boomerangs, you need to knock out all the desperados to proceed to the next level. One of the things that was really great about a Fistful of Boomerangs was the entire first tutorial area, which actually taught you how to play the game pretty well, I thought. The core mechanic here turns out to be clicking and dragging to connect your boomerang to any desperados in line of sight. You can then chain this around corners to get all of the desperados at the same time, or throw an individual boomerang at each one. Of course, you get higher scores for chaining them together, and figuring out how to hit more desperados at the same time was a ton of fun. Overall, a really well done game. I really enjoyed playing it, and I hope you will too. And that's it for Bevy Jam 6. Typically, Bevy Game Jams happen every other version, so since this happened for version 0.16, the next one should happen in 0.18. But don't let that stop you from participating in other jams that go on throughout the year, if you enjoyed participating or missed this one. That's it for me today. Let me know what game you enjoyed, especially if you didn't see it in the top 10.